Now for LaunchPad, the ideation began in the year 2019 when the Department of Youth Resources contacted our then founder, founder and chair of YouthNet, Mem Hekani Jakalu, and then we were talking about how to work towards the capacity building program that Youth Resources and Sports, they wanted to initiate. And then when we were talking about it in 2020, unfortunately, COVID-19 pandemic struck, and we had to bear the blunt of this, the lockdown situation as well. And with this, we had to change the whole plan of conducting the LaunchPad program in physical setting to remote setting. And then we moved to the online learning platform. The website is called www.launchpad.com. So we made sure that all the students also got access to building their skills, their personality skills through the online platform, not only in the classroom, but beyond as well. That will be helpful. And the LaunchPad program was designed to help the students, discover their passion, their interests, their skills, their hobbies. Then move towards thinking beyond traditional jobs. With the skills that I have, with the skills that I can work towards, or I can build or develop to the strengths that I have, with the opportunities that are around me, how can I build my career? Thinking beyond traditional jobs. And when we are talking about jobs and career, we also wanted to make sure that after your class 12 exams, after your graduation, after you have finished your master's, how do you transition from school to work, from college to work, from universities to work? So that was something that we had designed for a very long time, and we piloted the program in 2020, 2021. We are really fortunate that after the reports of LaunchPad, the impact that the previous batch, the pilot batches, they have showed, interest in the LaunchPad program. We shared it, and then the Department of School Education and as a whole the government, they awarded LaunchPad under innovation scheme. We finished the second year, and for the third year we have got approval from the government again to implement LaunchPad program for the academic session 2023-2024. So we are really grateful for the support and for the interest that you have had. And for the students, they are aware, but for those who are not aware of the LaunchPad phase, we have divided the LaunchPad program into 3 approaches. The first one would be self-discovery. Who am I? Where am I from? What is my background? How is my district? How are the villages around my district? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are the opportunities around me? What are the threats that may hamper my education or my overall development? So that is what the first phase, self-exploration, is all about. And after understanding your SWOT analysis, that we call it, we wanted the students to also identify, okay, now I know this, what sort of intelligences do I have? Do I have linguistic intelligence? Do I have naturalistic intelligence? Do I have multiple logical, intelligence? Those are some of the questions that the students themselves will discover. And after the discovery, now they have to think about, all right, so I have the skills. What kind of job can I take up after this? Government job? Become an entrepreneur? Take up sciences? So this was a whole world of discovery for the students. And after the self-exploration, we also introduced them to several life skills and soft skills modules as well. And some of them would be how to build your communication skills. Yesterday, we heard from the speaker, he's also here today, all the way from Kipiri. He was an introvert when he was in class. He would not even speak to his teacher or his students. But because of the LaunchPad program, it was instrumental in building his confidence skills. So how do you communicate with people? How do you work as a team? How do you solve problems? How to manage conflict? So those are some of the modules that are part of the self-exploration phase. The next phase is all about introducing them to opportunities, introducing them to the world of work. Now, after my class 12, do I take, if you know, you are interested to pursue higher education, what kind of colleges are available? Because during the LaunchPad survey, majority of the students in the first phase, they opted to study outside Nagaland because they felt that, you know, in Nagaland, the colleges and universities don't have enough facilities. We do, but then they were not aware. So what we have done was we have introduced the students to several colleges and universities across the state that they can go through the brochures, and then they can also understand where they can apply after their class 12. So those were the exercises that we have given. What are the ITIs, VTIs, vocational training institutions, skill development training institutions, from tourism to hospitality, retail management, IT, ITES sectors, you know. So those are some of the courses that we have also introduced them to. Not only that, banking sector or the IT sector and various other sectors that are looking for workforce or they would be interested to work. And after these are introduced, we also expose them to the practice of internship, apprenticeship, job shadowing, so that after their class 12, you have to wait for 3 months, right, for your results. So instead of just staying at home, you know, idling your time or not knowing what to do, we encourage your students to take up internship in several institutions, organizations, or professionals, understand their profession better. Then we moved on to resume writing, differences amongst biodata, resume, and CV as well. They also had to develop their skills. How do you boost your resume or CV? Those were you know, taught to them. Then we moved to interviewing skills, because at the end of the day, you may have a great resume, but interviews, we will not be attending interviews for you. You will be the ones attending interviews. So how do you even introduce yourself? Something as simple as that, you know? And then how do you talk about your hobbies, your career objectives that are included in your resume, and why are you suitable for that particular job that you're applying for? And then, of course, we are here today after, I'm sure they're all empowered now. LaunchPad is all about empowered to discover. So phase 3 is setting a course. First was self-exploration, understanding yourself, you know, about who am I, what are my interests. The next one was about the world of work. World of work is right outside at the hall, the other hall there, with so many institutions, VTIs, and employers as well. The setting of course for you to introduce you to several sectors. So many options are available for you. So I encourage all the students not to feel shy. Okay, please don't be shy. Ask as many questions as you want to with all the colleges and universities and the other vocational training institutes that are there. The skill development training institutes are there, from qualification to, you know, how long the course would be, the fee structure, so on and so forth. And so those were what we have strategized for the LaunchPad program as well. And I hope that your presence here, you know, you have traveled so far, so there is some sort of a success story out of so much of hard work and dedication that you have helped us execute and implement this. And after the course, what we do is, it's not goodbye. After they have finished all the courses, we also make sure that the students continue and encourage them to take up online courses as well. And then we have introduced certain awards categories for the students. The first would be, the first category of the awards would be cell phones. So we have noticed that when we were going around in certain schools to register students, some of the students, they did not have phones, cell phones, Android phones. So what we did was we felt that for some deserving students, we will award cell phones to them, depending on the completion of the course, their interest and participation in the LaunchPad phases. When we went to all those districts and facilitated them, we also wanted to acknowledge the extra mile that they have gone to. The second set of awards would be for the laptop winners. So when we interacted with the students, some students mentioned that for my research work, you know, I would want a laptop, or this will enhance my skill sets. So we also made sure that based on certain categories, from the academic performance to how helpful they are to the class representatives or class representatives to the teachers in charge, we devised a criteria where equal opportunities will be given to all, and laptops will be awarded to certain students. And the beauty of it is we understand that government higher secondary school students, some of them, they want to pursue higher education. Unfortunately, their parents or guardians are unable to, sponsor their graduation as well. So Youth Resources and Sports, they were really kind to also support this program in providing scholarships to students. So last year, 5 students received the LaunchPad Scholarship Award, and then they were paid full, full scholarship, okay, for the whole semester, 1 to 6 semesters. So we hope that, some of you sitting here will receive the awards. We really hope so you do. There are certain criteria, and scholarships will be announced after the declaration of your HSSLC results, because that is one of the criteria as well. But good luck to all of you. I'm sure that all the bright students are here, everyone will clear. The pilot phase, 3,300 plus students registered. This phase, for all of you, more than 3,400 students have registered, and we are really hopeful that we'll get 100% pass percentage, and then you'll make all your schools and teachers proud. Yesterday we awarded the Best Teacher Award and the Best School Award as well, and then we hope that in the future the school management, the teachers will take extra care in pushing the LaunchPad program forward and helping you as well. And then all these would not have been possible without the support of the LaunchPad facilitators. Some of them are outside coordinating with the students, some of them are inside. So maybe Ravula can acknowledge them in person if you see them, but Ravula is one of the facilitators. We have Pisga, we have Bendi, we have Avonio, we have Singit, Hetukali, and all the other facilitators who are outside. Please acknowledge them as well and thank them. And on behalf of YouthNet, I thank all of you, and we wish you, let's congratulate you in advance. Let's be hopeful, but thank you so much and enjoy the day, and let it be a productive one. Thank you.
It gives me great pleasure to be here representing the Department of Youth Resources and Sports for the launch of LaunchPad Phase 3 at this esteemed college in Dimapur. Just to supplement some of the things that Munia has already mentioned, I would just like to start off by giving some facts. As per a survey report that was released in 2022, Nagaland had the highest unemployment rate in the country at 19.2% among age 15 and above, and 40.7% among those with a graduate degree, and 45.2% for those with a postgraduate degree. One of the main reasons for this alarmingly high figures is because of the present mindset of the general population to consider government jobs as the one and only viable form of employment in the state. This tendency to view the job market or career prospect with this limited vision cancels out any important factors such as one's aptitude, talent and skills, inclination and inspirations. We believe that a big part of this problem can be resolved by beginning with the youth itself and how they plan out their education and the options of career choices they seek for themselves. We talk about the words youth empowerment often, and to explain youth empowerment in the simplest form means to help the youth make better life decisions through knowledge, information and skills. However, there is also a different way of looking at youth empowerment. It can also mean that at this particular juncture of your lives, the youth have the power to decide their future. You have your whole life ahead of you, and it is at this juncture of your lives that the decisions that you make as a youth is what will essentially dictate your future, and that is your power. However, from our end, to help our youth during this crucial period of their lives, the department in partnership with YouthNet and School Education has introduced a program called LaunchPad to help the youth across all 44 government higher secondary schools in 12 districts. This program was started with the belief that every young person has the potential to shape their own future, and it does not necessarily mean through academics alone, but by also identifying their skills and their passion. Every individual is unique, with unique skills and interests. Therefore, the notion that a bright career prospect is only available for those who are academically inclined has to change. The emphasis now should be to match the youth or the students to one's aptitude, skills, and market demands, and to realistically empower them with the right education and the right skill development that will help them to be more employable in the future market. For instance, fields like digital marketing or programming or graphic designing or even artisanal crafts focuses on skills, and these are very, very lucrative options for youth who are not academically inclined. And for those who are pursuing further studies, you need to understand the options available to you, and this is possible through career counseling, and this is exactly the platform that we are providing you with different institutions coming here to give you what kind of facilities they are providing for your further studies. It is this challenge of finding the right balance between skills, aptitude, and future training that will help you to accelerate towards your future. I fully endorse the idea that the way forward is by creating the opportunities for the youth to learn and develop the skills that are in demand in today's society. However, like any other endeavor, this should not be a one-sided effort. We hope that the youth and the students present here today can genuinely and earnestly use the opportunity that this platform provides. The youth of today need to provide the gap between expectation and reality, and therefore by having clear, realistic future career goals and be equipping yourselves with the right skill sets, I'm confident that our youth today can finally view the future as one of the many possibilities and will be an asset to our society in the future. Thank you, and all the very best to all the students here.
Rosie, and I did my secondary from Government Higher Secondary School, D. Mont, and currently I'm in BA 4th semester pursuing English as my honors at the Dimapur Government College. I'm privileged to be here today. I never expected that a 19-year-old girl like me would be invited by such a great team in this great event as an alumni to deliver a speech. Since we were given a limited time, I will try to go as fast as possible. We were first introduced about the LaunchPad in 2020 when the lockdown was going on, and it was only in 2021 that the LaunchPad team came to Mont and took a 2 days event. And then I learned a lot of things from them. I also learned how to answer some basic interview questions and also how to write a resume, which is very much important in our day-to-day lives today. Through LaunchPad team, I learned that in order to be a successful person in life, we need to know ourselves first, and that includes our likes, dislikes, our goals, ambitions, strength and weakness. Because only if we know ourselves first, we will be able to build a positive attitude in life. LaunchPad team has taught me to understand my expectations from life and what I need to do in order to achieve my goal. I also learned to make a better choice and give confidence to try my best to share my thoughts, ideas, and stories with the society. I, along with my parents, were very happy and appreciative when I was announced as one of the recipients of a scholarship. By awarding me with the scholarship, the LaunchPad team have lightened my financial burden, which allows me to focus more on the most important aspects of the college, that is learning. I truly appreciate LaunchPad team for how much each one of you has been working to empower the students of Nagaland to discover their ideal career path and create career awareness. And I believe that you all will continue putting efforts into delivering students a proper career guidance. And thank you all for being so good to us when you were there. And to all the students that are seated here right now, what I want to say is when life gives you a chance to be a part of the LaunchPad team, try to actively and sincerely participate and involve in all the career guidance activities offered by the team and try to excel in your life. Thank you and have a great day.
My name is Ayamwati. I'm currently doing my Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics, Kohima Science College. I was studying in Mayamokcha Government Higher Secondary School, my higher secondaries, and then I was the winner of mobile smartphone. I don't know how, but I was the winner. So, and I attended this LaunchPad program in the year 2020-21. We were the first batch of students to attend this program. And one thing, before I attended this LaunchPad program, I thought successful people are those people who cracks NET and GE exam. And those, BSc and arts, I was like useless. Useless, but through this exam, through this LaunchPad program, I was, the way I thought and then my mindset were completely changed. And I really like the testimony, our Sir Pursingit's testimony, where he discovered his purpose of life, in the later part, after appearing so many exams. So it was really inspiring for me. And I realized that life is not just about cracking competitive exams, but there are a lot of ways or things we can do only if we realize our interests and abilities and discover our potential. Most of the time, we are not aware of our, interests and abilities. We do things which our friends does, and we do certain things just because our parents insist us to do. And this LaunchPad program helps us in finding our interests and abilities. Like for me, I'm studying mathematics not because my friends are studying or not because my parents insisted me to study, but I discovered that I had interest in mathematics. That's why I'm pursuing my BSc in mathematics. It made me realize about my strengths and weaknesses, and just like that, this program is changing and impacting the life of youths in Nagaland. I should say this program is an eye-opener for students like you and me. This program teaches us a lot about life, which we will never find it in any school or classroom syllabus. We are quite fortunate that we are getting exposed to such program. And that's all I have to say. Thank you so much. And to conclude my speech, I would like to read a Bible verse, Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Well, my name is Tarvis Sangdam from Kifri. I'm currently taking my BA at Zisachi Presidency College, Kifri, as taking economics as my main paper. First of all, I want to thank LaunchPad and YouthNet for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to show my face here, not to speak. Okay, so as an alumni, let me share a few of my experiences. LaunchPad helped me to know myself better. Through this program, I could know my strength, weakness, like, dislike, and this program immensely helped me to develop my personality and to face any kind of challenges that comes before me. This program guided me to choose the right path and shaped and molded me to take or choose which suits me. Like Memes said before, I was introvert when I was in my high school days, who never talks to the person seated beside me. But through this program, I could mingle with anyone or talk with anyone or standing before you today. Taking up this course doesn't distract my studies, but instead, my understanding level was far better than before. Yeah, I took this course 3 years back, and I've already forgotten most of my classmate names actually. But I still remember one famous name of this video clip. That's Chumoukedima. Yeah, I took this opportunity as little things before, but these little things was greater and far 1,000 times better than what I was expecting. Last but not the least, wise man rightly says opportunity never comes by chance. So this opportunity is meant for you and me today. Therefore, when any opportunity knocks at your door, embrace it and never let it go.
He is a smart student and is also the class representative for his school. Congratulations. Congratulations, Vinika. Then we have 2 laptop winners. The first laptop award is given to Mr. Gopal of Nokcha Government Higher Secondary School. Please come up on stage. Mr. Gopal of Nokcha Government Higher Secondary School as the class representative showed initiative and leadership by encouraging his fellow classmates to complete the course even beyond the sessions. His teachers say he is a good student who does well in his studies as well. Congratulations, Gopal. Then we have the second laptop award given to Miss Ngamlam of Mon Government Higher Secondary School. Miss Ngamlam. As a science student, she was very energetic even during the first phase, helping her fellow classmates to register and rallying her friends to attend the second phase as well. Congratulations, Ms. Ngamlam. At this point, I would like to acknowledge the efforts and hard work of the students of all the schools who was a part of this program. Your warmth, your eagerness, and your passion to learn is what drives us to work even harder for you guys as well. I, on behalf of LaunchPad, would like to thank each and every one of you for your valuable participation. You are the reason we stand here today in this program. And even though the awards are limited, I hope you will not be discouraged and instead take your experience and pass it on to your juniors, just as your seniors has done today. Thank you so much for the time.
I think when we're young, every young person, every young student wants to be successful in life. But success comes to only those who work hard. That's the work hard is something that you have overheard, right? You're fed up of your teachers telling you work hard, your parents telling you work hard. And this morning, this very, very important program that we're having this morning, I'm starting my sharing by telling you all to work hard. And with this, I want to introduce, before I get into that, when you walked into this hall, or walked into this college, how many of you thought, wow, this is like a very cool college. It's a beautiful campus. And then you walked into this auditorium and I'm like, wow, do you want to own a college like this? Do you want to be the boss of an auditorium in a college like this or not? Yes or no? Yes, you do. And so, I want to introduce you to 2 very special people here, okay? Their siblings, Kulo Lorraine, Hebasa Lorraine. If you can kindly stand up. Yes, please give them a big hand. Thank you. They are the bosses of this college. And they are a true example of working hard to make us see the result of their hard work. I remember I came here a couple of years back for your program, and they were taking me around, and this was not constructed. Yes, and they were taking me around, and today I'm like just so amazed walking into this auditorium, and I'm like, wow, even a college in Nagaland can also have this type of facilities. And I'm so jealous of all the students here. During our time, we never enjoyed such facilities. And this hall is Lorraine Hall, and last time I remember their dad, Lorraine sir, was there with us during that program, and today he's gone to be with the Lord. But I walk in here into this auditorium in honor of him, and I pay my tribute to sir, and the seed that he has sown is going to be enjoyed by so many young people over the years and generations to come. Thank you so much for opening this space for us. Thank you so much. 17 years back when we started YouthNet, and probably you were not born when YouthNet started 17 years back. I was a young lawyer. I wanted to be a very, very successful lawyer. And then I went to the US and I studied there. When I was in the US, people thought, my parents thought, my friends thought that I was leading the coolest life on earth. But in the US, I was washing dishes. During the day, I'll go to my college. In free time during the breaks, I would go because I had to earn pocket money, very expensive. And I used to work in the college cafeteria. And at night when people are sleeping, I would do odd jobs, like the universities used to be open 24 hours. And so they had shifts which students used to work. And I would always choose the midnight shift starting from 12 o'clock because they would pay you a little more extra dollar than the other normal hours. And that's how hard I worked. In case you are thinking, maybe ek din tayo nis na hobo, I don't know. Maybe you want to be more like Sir Kulo and Madam Hewasa or Madam Chuba or Madam Nune. But in case any one of you is thinking, maybe ek din to tayo nis na bi hobo pare, I work really hard to be where I am. And that is why today I know I should be talking about so many things, but this is so important for me because I want every young person who has walked into this auditorium, who has come from different parts of the state for this program to be successful. And if there's even 1 inch of some inspiration story from one of our lives, I want you to be inspired. When we started this 17 years back, our main objective was to address unemployment. Unemployment anywhere in the world, it's a big issue. I wanted my young people in Nagaland to make sure that they don't go through that problem. And so I thought it was going to be so easy. Just start an organization, start talking about, training them in various employment sector, skill development, capacity building. I thought it was going to be so easy. But over the years, when we started working with young people, they have passed out of college, they have passed out of school, and they come to us, and it was so difficult. And the difficult was because our young people were not trained enough while they were still in school and colleges. And so even if you have a great degree, even if you're the topper in the class, for some reason, you're not ready for the job. And I still thought I would focus, as an organization, still focus on employment. But later, again, with my very hardworking director, Nune Chase, she had her own vision. She insisted that we get into education. And of course, that was in my heart. I always thought if I had started education, if I had started intervention in the education sector, young people would not have, or we would not have been facing this problem now. But nevertheless, it almost became late, but we started getting into education. We started getting doing intervention in the education sector. And then in 2019, 1920, yeah. That's when, like both Madam Chuba and Nunet mentioned, that's when Department of Youth Resources got in touch with us. They had some funds and they wanted to do something for young people. And Nuni and the team, along with Madam Chuba, Madam Akamla, and the officers there, the department, we came up with this program, LaunchPad. It was important to start working with young people while they were still in schools. When young people, today I feel I'm so happy young people coming from different districts and sharing their experiences. And I want this to be a journey with us, not just, sorry, okay, I'm really using, I keep on forgetting that I'm part of the government and now I'm standing here and part of the government, but like I was mentioning yesterday also, even if there's right now I'm having this identity crisis between whether I'm YouthNet or I'm government, but at the end of everything, the objective is the same. I am doing what I am doing as part of YouthNet, joining politics, being part of the government. One objective is to work for young people, is to work for your future, is to work for our people. So just forget everything, just focus only on the objective, okay? Listening to our students here, some of them have said that they were introverts, and I know we have been doing a lot of reading a lot of feedbacks, trying to understand how young people, students are taking. People in Dimapur take, or Kohima for that instance, take everything for granted. But Nagaland is not just Kohima and Dimapur. There are so many other districts who are being deprived. And I think I really thank Department of Youth Resources and Sports for giving us this opportunity to go continue reaching out to those young people who are so talented, who deserves exposure, who deserves hand-holding, for giving us this opportunity to reach out to them and helping them also to, step out from their comfort zone. For me, I will continue working for young people. That is the whole purpose. This is not the only program that we do. We do a lot of other programs. The YouthNet does a lot of other programs, and I'm also excited being part of Industries and Commerce. At the end of everything, if Nagaland has to progress, it will only depend on the economy. The local economy has to grow, and that local economy can be taken forward only by young people. And so this is a process, and I keep on saying, even during my lifetime, even if I don't see the change that I want to see, at least I'll be happy that I have done my part in sowing the seed in helping and building and nurturing young people. And so the bottom line, before I wind up, the bottom line is, there is no other option. You just have to work hard. When I started this talk by asking you who wants to be successful, even without asking you to raise your hands, almost all of you raised your hands. But when you look at life, young people, every young person wants to be successful. But and that was the same case during our time also, But some go on to become successful, some unfortunately don't make it in life. And the only difference between people who are successful and people who, gets left behind is only hard work. So I want to request all my friends here, my young friends here, please work hard. Please be hungry to learn. There should be, I always tell young people, you should have fire in your belly. Please be, now you have no more excuses. During our time, we didn't have internet. We did not know what was happening around the world. Today you have no excuse. If I ask you, what do you want to do in life? Just a general question that elders usually like to ask. Today you have no excuse to say, I don't know. Even if you're still studying, you should be Tomorrow it may change. But today you should be clear of what you want to know. Because today is a tech world. There's no excuse. Only if you're not sure of what you want to do, it's because you're lazy. You're not ready to exercise your mind, you're not ready to explore. And I don't want that to happen to any one of you. So please be hungry to learn. YouthNet will always be there to help you. I always tell young people, since 17 years back, since 2006, we'll try our best to help you in everything that we may not have all the answers. YouthNet may not have all the answers, but in whatever way, we'll be able to support you. The only thing YouthNet will not be able to do is, help with your boyfriend-girlfriend problems. Or maybe Nune is already expert in that. I don't know, working with young people for so many years. But my dear friends, we have many training providers and different institutes that have come here. They have come here to help you. And I thank all of them who have been taking part in this program in Kohima and Dimapur as well. Please take advantage of it. I said this yesterday also, but many people, and people like us also, a couple of years back, I went to Harvard University for my executive education program. And there in that program, many students, they were coming back to the university. They were very, very top CEOs and founders of different companies and organizations. That means learning never stops. The more you learn, don't ever think graduation hoishe, class 12 hoishe. When I say hungry to learn, the more you learn, the more you grow. So please keep that in mind. And I am a living example of if you hold on to God, then you'll be successful. That is also another very, very important point that I want all of you to remember. With your street smartness, you cannot be successful. At the end of everything, God controls everything. And for me, that's a living testimony. So I want you to also remember this. As you start, you have finished your class 12, you'll be thinking you're getting into a new chapter of your life. Some will continue your education, some will get into different type of trainings, but this is a new chapter nevertheless. But if you hold on to God, if you make God your foundation, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. And when I say success does not mean having a bank balance of some multi-crore or going for a holiday or wearing designer clothes. Success could be anything. You may want to be success to you may be, I want to be this teacher in a very remote village where I'm impacting and educating underprivileged children. That could be success for some people. And it could be anything. Success could be anything. You should not define success only with materialistic targets. It could be anything. But success will be yours if you hold on to God close to your heart, and if you work hard, success is yours. Thank you all very much, and God bless you all.